Congressman, good morning to you. Let's just talk about these fast firings first. I think the average person at home may be seeing these headlines concerned that immigration judges are being fired when there's this huge backlog of cases. Nuclear workers are being let go. USDA employees overseeing bird flu response during a bird flu pandemic. Elon Musk did warn that DOGE is moving fast and would make mistakes. Do you think these are those mistakes, sir?
I think they're making some mistakes, but you're seeing people that are complaining that are losing their jobs because they have to show back to work, and they can't show back to work because they've moved out of the area. I have cases like that here in Tennessee. So I think you're seeing a lot of different things. But yeah, mistakes are going to be made. But we're $36 trillion in debt, Markey. And if those people in Mozambique can't get $10 million of our dollars to get circumcisions, I don't know what we're going to do.
Your tweet, I know you sent it out, I believe last night. It says, follow the money. It's now getting nearly 200,000 views on X, Congressman. But the Hill is reporting that some Republicans are divided over whether Elon Musk is becoming a political liability, particularly if DOGE slashes jobs in their home states. What are you hearing from your constituents in Tennessee, and how do you see things?
Overall, they support it. There are instances, sure, where people are upset or concerned, but the reality is, again, we're $36 trillion in debt, at $1 trillion every 100 days. Nobody is arguing about that. It seems that's what they need to be concerned about. And as I told Marjorie Taylor Greene the other day, I said the trouble's not going to come from across the aisle. We know we've got some Marxists over there. I said the trouble's going to come within our own party. And that's why I think they've got 100 to 150 days. I think that's why they're going so fast and furious right now with all this to get it done.
I know that Democrats have been sounding the alarm over the president's shakeup at the DOJ as he now calls for the firing of all remaining Biden-era U.S. attorneys. Congressman, do you worry that these kinds of drastic measures set the stage for the next Democratic president to come in, do the same thing, wipe the slate clean, and it's just this back-and-forth tennis match for the rest of time?
They've always done that. Clinton did it. Obama did it. And I don't remember the press saying it want a peep about that. Biden did it.
These kinds of mass firings that we're seeing, nuclear workers. And
oh, yeah, you see it every time. It's just a partisan deal. And we've seen it time and time again. That's why you're not seeing really a whole lot of hoopla over it. They fire. They did that here in Tennessee the last go around when Biden won. The Republican was out and the Democrat appointee was in. It's just the way it is. Elections have consequences, and these are the consequences. But I'll tell you, these liberal judges that are allowing this mass immigration, they're allowing all this crazy stuff, allowing people to be in prison for having the audacity of praying in front of an abortion clinic. Those days are gone, and America's woke up, and I think that they're tired of it. They're tired of paying these people lifetime salaries, and Congress is always funding them, but it's hard to find a judge, these federal judges that work long hours a day. And so, to us, it's really a slap in the face when you look at what's really going on.
And let me ask you just about the judges before I let you go. It's fascinating that the Trump administration just fired 20 of these immigration judges. In your mind, does that contradict his mission of fortifying the border, getting these asylum cases moved through the system, 3.7 million of them? Does that move make sense to you, Congressman?
Well, yeah, it actually does, because the ones that apparently that were let go were the ones that were part of the problem, that were allowing all this mass immigration. And it's not mass immigration. These people are coming here illegally.
But hadn't 13 of them not even been sworn in yet as judge?
Well, if you look at their criteria, I think it's totally within the parameters of the president. It's his job to promote and demote, and clearly he's demoting. And I think it's clearly within his job parameters. Until I'm sure the courts will step in and defend themselves, which is kind of an oddity that we'll see. But I think it's totally up to him. We've got to clear the slate, and if the system's broke, then why do we keep adding on to it, Markey?
Before I let you go, what's grinding your gears this week? I got to end with that.
Yeah, well, I mentioned it earlier. All these protesters are out there, and they're calling me by name, and I understand that. But Mozambique, they're out there protesting for this funding for all these programs. Mozambique, $10 million for circumcisions. Now, granted, they're allegedly voluntary, but I still $10 million to Mozambique for circumcisions.
That we are sending them, the United States.
That we are sending them. Not, and I don't even want to get into the $40 million a week that we're sending to the Taliban, or the billions that was uncovered by Scott Perry of Pennsylvania, billions that we are sending to terrorists. I don't even want to get into that, but dadgummit, well, that stuff's got to stop.
Dadgummit. Well, hey, we'll do a deep dive next time. Congressman Tim Burchett, got to end it there. Thank you, sir, as always.
Thank you, Marky.
Have a good one.